Hello, Bethel. Fall sports are in full swing, and that raises the question, who's your team? Life is better together, and if you haven't joined a life group yet, select Life Group on the digital Connect card in the Bethel app. Now let's take a look at how Bethel is igniting change in North Texas through missions.
Have you ever thought or even said the words, if only? Those are powerful words of regret. It's powerful words of a desire to change things. You may not realize this, but every day, up to 30,000 children in the state of Texas find themselves in the Texas foster care system. And if there's ever people in the world who could say, if only, I think it would be them. I mean, if only my parents loved me enough to take care of me, if only my parents weren't drug addicts, if only my parents weren't abusive. Now, they probably don't actually say those words, but I gotta think that in their hearts, those words exist. And the beautiful thing is that as Christians, we're called to make a difference here. In fact, James said that pure and undefiled religion before God and the Father is to look after orphans. And so we designate one Sunday in the month of September every year to be able to say, hey, listen, God gives givers gifts to give. So we want to give. We want to give to this specific ministry. You're going to hear about an Arlington campus that is called Phased In. And Phased In basically says that even though foster children turn 18, and by state standards, they're handed a black paper bag to put their stuffs in and they're on their own. But Phased In says, no, we'll give you a place to stay. We'll make sure that you have medical care. We're going to make sure that you're educated. You have the papers that you need. For example, like a birth certificate, but that they even have life skills ready to go and actually take on the great challenges of life. And so will you just pray and say, Lord, give me gifts to give on September 24th. And I believe that God is going to do something powerfully with the gift that we give.
Now that we've seen how we can help, let's hear the life-changing stories from Phased In.
Do you know where foster youth go after they turn 18? Hear the voices of broken lives, families, and hearts.
When you're 18, oh, you're grown. You got everything figured out. Here you go. And there's no support system for you. And you're just out here alone.
When you move from school to school, even if you're like the smartest person, like you will lose credits, you will be like behind in a lot of stuff. Because you're already so far behind, you just kind of give up on the race.
Phased In brings hope to the hopeless. Phased In is a transitional living program for foster youth 18 and over, preparing them for independent living.
When you think about where these kids would be if there weren't a Phased In, many of our students absolutely positively would be homeless. They would be on the streets. They would not have the love of a family that they have today. We go all out, so they will be all in.
A lot of times the kiddos come to us, they don't even know where they were born or have a birth certificate, social security card, any of those things.
I can't even try to attempt to grow up on my own because I don't have one paperwork, which I can't get a job with, which I can't get money with to get a car. And it's just a whole cycle that continues.
We will give them opportunities that they may not have anywhere else, opportunities for education, opportunities for employment.
There isn't anybody anywhere that is doing what Phased In does. We're involved. We become a part of their story.
The system kind of used to be like a stopping point. When you age out, the system is more like a starting point, like you're starting out a good life.
We provide what many of these young people are looking for, a place to belong, a place to start over, a place to become an adult.
With 2 locations in Wichita Falls, welcome the newest Phased In, right in the heart of Arlington, Texas. What is now a vacant building, requiring renovation and remodeling to be transformed into a home for foster youth of DFW that have aged out of traditional foster care.
Hope. That is the one thing we want to instill in the lives of every student that comes in through the Phased In program.
Everything happens for a reason. You may not think it now, but trust and believe along the road. It might take a few years, might take a few months. You will understand later why this happened to you.
I get like saying don't give up is kind of like a cheesy 3 words to say to anyone that's like going through a hard time, but like truly that is what it is, like just don't give up.
We invite you to make a difference, to be included changing lives, and to be inspired by the hope of a better tomorrow.
I would say if you could see the kids when they come in, and then when they are promoted onto adulthood, to see the impact that is happen in their lives, it is worth investing everything into.
Take a moment to walk through the life of these children who are aging out of foster care. How could you not invest?
You're actually like transforming someone's life. Like you're actually taking someone out of poverty and like putting them under a roof. And that's a life changer, I guess.
Thank you for stepping up, for protecting the unprotected, for giving that opportunity to bring hope in the lives of hundreds of foster care kids.
I would be extremely blessed and just grateful at a chance of that. And I think all foster kids need that.
I would like to say thank you. It means a lot.
You are making dreams come true through FazedIn.org.
If you would like to give, select Family First if you're giving online.